Okay, this is a formula for volume of a cone. And volume of a cone is equal to 1/3, so it's kind of like the pyramid one. 1/3 times the area of the base, and in a cone, the base is a circle. So we can just put pi r squared in for the big B that we had in the pyramid one, and then times the height of the cone. All right, so here's how we're going to fill this one in. It says find the volume of the cone. This is like number 2 on Math Excel. What's the volume in terms of pi? And then we're going to round it to the nearest cubic meter. So here's our picture, and this one is slanted a little bit, but we can still see that this is our height right there. So our height's going to be 6. So volume is equal to 1/3 times pi r squared times the height. So here we go, 1/3 times pi. Your radius goes from the center of the circle to the center, or from the edge of the circle to the center. So that's your 3 here. 3 squared, and then the height of the cone is the 6. So now I type that in. Since our first one says in terms of pi, you want to leave the pi out if you're typing it in right now. So we're going to put 1/3 times 3 squared times 6. And that gives us 18. So that is when I multiply all the numbers, not the pi. So I get 18 pi for my answer. So that's going to be your answer in terms of pi, 18 pi. Now the next part of this question says round to the nearest meter. So that means I actually want to type in the pi button and get a decimal. So 18 pi is 56.54. If they went to the nearest meter, that means no decimals. So I would look at the 5, so that would make this go up to 57 cubic meters. Careful with your rounding there. Make sure you round correctly and answer the question the way it wants. All right, number 3 is a little different. They tell us the volume, but if you notice here, they don't give us the radius. So we have to solve an equation here. So we're going to put 30 pi equals, since the volume is 30 pi, it's going to be 30 pi equals, and then it's 1/3 pi r squared, and then that's the radius, which is your x in our picture. This is the same as r for our formula, and then times the height, which is 10. Okay, so first thing you want to do when you're going to go solve this, divide by pi right away. So those are cancel on each side. So now I have 30 equals 1/3 r squared times 10. Okay, next thing that would probably be easiest is divide by 10 on both sides. That way I don't have crazy decimals. So if you divide by 10, that's going to give you 3 equals 1/3 r squared. And then we can times both sides by 3 to get rid of the 1/3. And 3 times 3 makes 9, so 9 equals r squared. And then to get r by itself, we do a square root of that. So square root of 9 is 3. So I get 3 equals r. So our radius is 3. So x is 3. There's no units. Sorry, just 3. All right, last question here. So sorry about this going into the problem. I'm going to put it over here. The last one, the only reason I picked it out, it's the same thing, but I wanted you to recognize that this 5's all the way across, which means it's your diameter. So in order to get the radius, because that's what they need in the formula, you have to do 5 divided by 2, divide by 2, and that gives you 2.5. So for your formula for your volume, you want to make sure that you use the 2.5 for your radius. So 1/3 times pi times 2.5 squared. Your height for that one is 6. And then this one wants round to the nearest whole number. So that means multiply the pi in on your calculator. So 1/3 times pi times 2.5 squared times 6. So 39.269, and it says round to the nearest whole number, so that would be plain old 39 cubic meters. So thank you. That's going to be the last lesson or the last question for that one.